Amazon, I do believe that you got one of your toys out of the box.
It's interesting timing because, of course, BYD came out with its own supercar earlier this week. Is that a coincidence that we're now getting an update on the Roadster?
What's with the Tesla stock here? I mean, everything else seems to be ramping up. People are buying Bitcoin again for 60K.
Yeah.
How come Tesla's still kind of mired in this technical downtrend?
All that and more. So let's get to it. What in the hell? Amazon, I do believe that you got one of your toys out of the box. Oh, he's supposed to be there. You meant to show this robot as an efficient member of the team? Now, that is Agility Robotics' humanoid robot. The people in the Amazon warehouse call him Digit. Some veteran viewers of the channel might know where I'm headed with this. Would you rather have this? Or would you rather have that? Again, this or that? I'm kind of curious how much Amazon footed the bill for Agility Robotics to have that toy move bins around. When Tesla finally does start selling the Optimus humanoid robot, do you think there'll be a market for this versus that?
This is the Tesla Roadster. It was unveiled in 2017, and the company promised it would be the fastest car ever made, but it never made it to production until now, it seems. After 6 years, CEO Elon Musk saying the long-delayed electric sports car will begin shipments next year. Praz Sumaranian has the details.
I can't help laugh my way through that intro. It's coming now. It's coming now, Praz. Really? Is it really coming?
Damn, Julie! This man is doing things that you couldn't possibly imagine. His company single-handedly transformed the automobile industry. The mother is making reusable rockets a thing, helping the disabled become abled. Hold back your laughter just a little bit. The man is busy.
This is, 5 years ago. We saw this thing roll out at an event, and then haven't heard much since until 2022 when Musk said at the Giga Rodeo when they opened up the Austin factory that it's coming, it's going to come in 2023, right? And they reopened reservations, and we'll talk about that. But basically now we see Musk tweeting late last night, it is coming. They basically, production design is complete. They're going to unveil the car later this year, like you said, Josh, and then planning for sales next year. Now, says again, a 0 to 60 time less than a second, kind of insane stuff here. $5,000 refundable. Other people have put down $250,000 for the Foundation series to get that car. So.
Well, I hope they get it eventually, right? I mean, this reminds me of the Cybertruck a little bit as well, which did, it sort of come out.
Yeah.
Sort of come. It's out. What are we talking about here? Did you expect them to drop 250,000 of them from the sky in 2023? It takes time to ramp the production. It may be late, but if they say they're going to do it, they're going to do it. Unlike some tech companies, Tesla tends to do what they say.
It's interesting timing because, of course, BYD came out with its own supercar earlier this week. Is that a coincidence that we're now getting an update on the Roadster?
I wrote a piece on it's going to come out just in the next few moments, but basically, yes, I kind of allude to the fact that it's interesting that these tweets came out late last night. We talked about BYD's U9 supercar, right? It's going to cost $230,000, around the same price as potentially the Tesla Roadster. Scissor doors, 4 motors, all these pretty cool stats. But only a couple months ago, NIO also said that their EP9 hypercar it's going to cost $3 million US, 1,000 horsepower, interchangeable batteries, all this sort of stuff. The Chinese supercar makers are sort of coming on strong here, and it seems like maybe Musk kind of had to cough up more details because he felt the need to, because these cars are going to come on the road later this year, the Chinese cars. So in China, but not necessarily in the US.
Are we serious? Are we? I don't even have the words. How many times do I have to say this? Tesla doesn't give a about anybody else's electric vehicles. The Roadster will come out when it's ready, not contingent on anybody else's vehicles or when they plan to release them. Tesla's vehicles will come out when they're ready. Everybody else is marching to Tesla's drumbeat. Don't get it twisted.
I think that's a beautiful car. The lines on that car are beautiful to me. But I would say like 200,000, when you find yourself competing with like a Lamborghini or Ferrari, that's a small market. I mean, ultimately, that doesn't move the needle for Tesla or the EV market, right? I mean, what have we talked about so much on the show? What's one way to reignite growth here? It's not the 200,000 car, and again, gorgeous car, but ultimately you need lower priced EVs, right?
Yeah, I think these are just halo cars that bring people in. Like, they have the Optimus robot in some stores to kind of bring people in. Same with the Cybertruck, it's in a lot of the marquee Tesla stores to bring people in. So that's like some of the thing that kind of draws you in. But you're going to buy the Model Y or the Model 3, maybe the X or the S as your actual car.
As Praz says, this is another halo car for Tesla. I couldn't dream of owning a car that cost over $200,000. But I guess 5 years ago, I wouldn't have saw myself in a vehicle that cost $100,000 either. Either way, I don't plan on buying the Roadster, and probably 99% of other people won't either. But Tesla will sell every one of them that they make. And like Elon Musk, Tesla the company seems to be able to multitask. They're going to be able to produce this car, produce the Cybertruck, continue to crank out Model Ys and Model 3s, and lo and behold, they're going to be able to release the next-gen vehicle within the next couple of years and open up that total addressable market that's going to make Tesla the most valuable company on the planet.
Like Rivian still struggle. The report from them, is that going to be another competitor that bites the dust? I know you're a fan of the cars. What about the financials at this company and the fact that they are going to produce the same amount of cars they did this year next year?
Right. And it's really frustrating because I actually ordered a Rivian in December, and, it's just like air, and I actually just am ordering a Cybertruck right now, and I bet you I'm going to get it before the Rivian, which is kind of sad considering I ordered the Rivian 3 months ago.
Wait a minute, Ross. I thought you cared about Elon's politics. I didn't think you wanted to associate yourself with him. Put a thumb in his eye and get the Rivian. Now you want a Cybertruck? Now look, I don't blame Ross for wanting the best vehicle known to man. What I have a problem with is this grandstanding. Virtue signaling that, Elon bad, it's going to impact how I make my financial decisions. It reeks of elitism. Just because you don't think the way I do, you're wrong, so I'm going to punish you for it? Sound like a hater to me.
That said, Rivian's going to make it, and now Polestar just got money, $1 billion from a series of banks to get them through and get that Polestar 3 out. I think Rivian's going to make it. They just need a tremendous amount of capital. And once again, this is an opportunity for Apple if they want to get into the EV business for a very low price. They could buy Rivian right now and invest some money and have a great brand to be aligned with. So, Rivian's got a future, and I think Polestar's got a future, but I think many of the other startups aren't going to make it because they don't have the financing.
Hey, what's with the Tesla stock here? I mean, everything else seems to be ramping up. People are buying Bitcoin again for 60K.
Yeah.
How come Tesla's still kind of mired in this technical downtrend?
Well, because they're not making more money, I mean, stocks are pretty simple. If the earnings are going up, the stock goes up, and if earnings are going down, the stock goes down. And Tesla's earnings are going down. I mean, they're not going up. So, you're talking at 45 times earnings. You're more expensive than NVIDIA, Microsoft. You're more expensive than Lululemon. The rest of my GK portfolio in my fund is cheaper than Tesla. So despite the declines, Tesla's still an expensive stock. So I don't see what the issue is. It's trading at 45 times earnings. That's a nice multiple, and it's a better multiple than NVIDIA's forward earnings. So the real issue is, should it even deserve this multiple? And that, I think, the market will work itself out. But until Tesla grows earnings, the stock isn't going anywhere.
The reason why you have wide-ranging fair value estimates for TSLA is because nobody really understands their future earnings. By the time the stock market realizes Tesla's true value, much like NVIDIA, it'll be too late for most. I believe this will occur when Tesla starts adding that deferred revenue from full self-driving to their balance sheets. Much like applying FSD to a Tesla vehicle, it'll happen with the flip of a switch and overnight. Analysts will be flabbergasted when Tesla's stock price goes sky high and their multiple starts shrinking and shrinking and shrinking. One of the most shorted stocks in the stock market today will then benefit from a short squeeze unlike anything the stock market has ever seen before. And unless I miss my guess, FSD is not only going to save countless lives on the roads, that software will be implemented into a humanoid robot, making it one of the most fantastic workers on the planet. And between vehicles and humanoid robots, Tesla will have struck gold in this new artificial general intelligence rush. What we're seeing now with TSLA is effectively the calm before the storm. In conclusion, Digit versus Optimus. Who would you rather be working elbow to elbow with? And the Tesla Roadster is getting some news airtime. 0 to 60 in a second? That's kind of ridiculous. And at over 200 grand, this is just showing the capabilities of not only Tesla, but SpaceX to create the fastest production car known to man. Vanity project, sure, but the technology and experience acquired from building the Roadster en masse then passes down to all of the other products that are in Tesla's lineup. Similar to the S, X, and Cybertruck, this is where you test the new technologies. When applicable, some of those technologies trickle down into the mass market vehicles. Top marks when it comes to safety, performance, and more importantly, manufacturing. This is why Tesla has industry-leading margins when it comes to battery electric vehicles. That's all I got for you today. Be easy. Peace.